Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel and welcome back to another video. Today we will be speaking about police encounters with the public, or more to the point, the three most common encounters that you may have with police in your day-to-day life. The first one would be a consensual encounter, which could be you attending the police station to report something, or you attending the police station to ask some questions about something, or make an inquiry about something, or even you yourself calling the police to come to your house to investigate a possible crime or incident. Maybe you've had an issue with your neighbour, maybe your letterbox got blown up, maybe your house got broken into, your car got damaged, or something has happened that you wish to communicate to police. The main recommendation for those sort of encounters is be as accurate as possible in your reporting of any incidents. Do not admit to any wrongdoing on your part. And most importantly, do not provide more information than absolutely necessary. So don't go saying, I believe my neighbour across the road has blown up my letterbox, I absolutely hate that guy. If I ever catch him do anything like that myself, I'm going to kill him. People tend to say stuff like that to appear tough or to appear passionate about what's happened. But at the end of the day, what if something happens to your neighbour 3 months down the track? You'll be the number one suspect. So just be careful what you say. Don't say stupid things, stick to the facts, and you should be fine in consensual police encounter. Now, the second police encounter you might find yourself in is an investigatory stop or encounter. During this encounter, you could be a witness or suspect, and in a lot of cases you will not know which one you are. So if you're being stopped for random breath test, police are investigating whether you have any alcohol in your system while you're driving your car. So they will actually ask you questions as you get pulled over and stopped. They might ask you, have you had any alcoholic drinks? How long since you've last had a drink? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? And these are just common questions that police will ask you. And they might already know where you're coming from. They might have seen you pull out of the parking lot of your local pub or club. So they're just testing your response to their question. They're investigating a potential crime. They saw your car drive out of the car park of the pub. They don't know if you're the designated driver. They've pulled you over. They're asking you, the first question is, where have you been? Where are you going? Have you had any alcohol to drink? So if you turn around and say stuff like, oh, I've just come from my friend's house and I'm going home, well, they already know that you're lying because they saw you pull out of the pub. Under the same heading, you might get encounters where police will want to speak to you in relation to a crime. Now, they might believe you're a witness to the crime, or they might believe you're suspect of the crime, or they don't really know if you're a witness or suspect, and they're speaking to you to find out. So you might have been a witness to a robbery, a witness to a car accident, or any other sort of incident, and police will want to speak to you in relation to that incident to ascertain more information about what may have happened. Or police may treat a potential suspect as a witness, and they will speak to that person as if they were a witness, ascertaining further information, and maybe that person will disclose information to police that police know only the suspect would know. So be aware, police are trained in these sort of interview techniques. They will pick up on the smallest thing that you might say. And you might mention a fact as a witness that police believe only a suspect would know. And therefore you have just gone from witness to suspect. Now, just because you have done nothing wrong does not mean that you're not a suspect in the police eyes. They might have a description of an offender that matches you, or they may have CCTV camera footage of a person wearing the same or similar clothing to what you're wearing near the incident of the crime. 20 people that we know of in the US have been wrongfully executed. They were innocent and they were on death row and they were executed just for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So don't believe just because you've done nothing wrong, just because you have committed no crime, that you will not be a suspect and that you will not be charged and that you will not be convicted of any crime. If that's what you believe, you have too much faith in the legal system. What I recommend and do personally, and this is not legal advice, is read the situation very, very closely. You can also ask police whether you are a suspect or a witness. They may just say that at this stage you are a witness, even though in the back of their mind they believe that you may be a suspect. But it never hurts to ask, I guess. Also consider that you do not have to participate, and I would highly recommend, if you believe that you may be a suspect being investigated, to obtain legal advice, whether you have done wrong or not. Generally speaking, you cannot talk yourself out of being a suspect. However, you can quickly talk your way into becoming a suspect. Obviously, every single situation is different, and you need to make your own assessment, and if you're unsure, obtain legal advice immediately. Now, the third and most serious police interaction is you being arrested. At the stage of arresting you, police believe that they have enough evidence against you to lay criminal charges. And if you have been arrested, there's absolutely no upside to speaking to police or being interviewed by police without first seeking legal advice. There's no way of talking yourself out of the situation. Police have already made up their mind that you are the guilty person. That's why you're arrested. If they did not have enough evidence, or if they did not believe they had enough evidence against you, you would not be arrested. You'd still be walking the streets. And it is absolutely imperative that you seek legal advice before participating in any interview with police, especially if you are innocent. You're not going to talk your way out of the situation. Police are trained investigators and interviewers, and they can easily get you to say stuff during the interview that will be detrimental to your defense later down the line. The biggest number one advice I can give anyone once you've been arrested: seek legal advice. Do not agree to an interview without seeking legal advice first and having legal representation present with you during the interview. And this applies especially if you are not guilty, if you know you have not committed the crime. Now, an extra bit of advice I can give you: there's no point fighting the police when you're being arrested. They will always win. There's more of them than what there's of you. They've got capsicum sprays, batons, firearms, etc., etc. You will not win. The only thing that will happen is you will end up with additional charges of resisting arrest, assaulting police, etc., etc. So if you're being arrested, go quietly, invoke your right to silence, seek legal advice, and be cooperative, but do not agree to speak or be interviewed in relation to the incident that you're being arrested for unless you have obtained legal advice. Now, I must have said obtain legal advice 20 times, and that is how important it is. Now, if you've got any questions about anything you saw in today's video, leave your comment down below and I will do my best to get to it. I get hundreds and on some videos thousands of comments, and I do try my best to answer the ones that are actually asking sensible questions. So leave your question down below and I'll do my best to answer it for you. In the meantime, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favour, give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more videos from Aussie Prepper. Thanks for watching and bye for now.